if you look at the statements that have come out by most of the companies, whether it's Patanjali or Dabur or Zandu or Baidyanath, what they seem to be saying is we follow all the norms. We follow all the norms. We follow all the norms. But clearly the report itself says that the tests that they have conducted and what they found are not even there prescribed in the norms. That doesn't mean that it makes the product any healthier. That doesn't mean that the product cannot be unhealthy. Clearly, Mr. Mahesh Zagade, there seems to be a case here for us to even upgrade and update our norms about safety and health, what is healthy and what isn't healthy.
See, as Mr. Sarote has said, that there is definitely a case for upgradation of the norms and standards and all that. But that could be a partial truth. The real truth is that when the food standards and additives regulations came in 2011, they prescribed for honey that what is honey? Honey is a natural product prepared, manufactured or made by honeys. It's a natural product. So it is by law, it has to be natural product. Second is about like it has given some like 65% not reducing sugars, and these norms are there. And to that extent, then the manufacturers of these brands are right. But natural thing, that doesn't fit into this thing. Now, whether the law is mandatory for natural, yes. There are other set of rules there that is called Schedule 4. There they have to apportion or they have to tell the authorities like Food Safety Authority, Standards Authority, FSSAI, and Food Safety Commissioners of the states that this is how we have collected honey from these farmers or these people have collected. This is how we have processed and this is how it has gone. For that, they have to also submit the annual returns to the FSSAI and the Food Safety Commissioners. And those annual returns are just like income tax returns. These authorities, they have to check and analyze those results and find that whether this honey, the products have come actually from the natural honeybee people or it has come from some syrup. So it is not that the regulations cannot be implemented or it's not there. It is there. But we take a very easy route that we need to have further like technological things like NMR, CNMR or C3 and C4, and we get entangled into this jungle and the consumer ultimately is the sufferer. My point is that whatever the norms are there, whatever the regulations are there, they should be implemented. Unfortunately, we are just discussing about honey, but this is like to have a sense of proportion priorities. Honey is, I don't know how many people are consuming honey in this country percentage wise, but we consume 100% like vegetables, fruits, then milk and oil. Now, there could be a case for even oil also, that oil manufacturers could be using some kind of adulterants which may not be, which labs may not be able to even test also. And I for sure know that there are certain adulterants which cannot be like found out in the labs also. So it is not the like what tests you have to carry out. It is the, and therefore why this new law that came in 2006, Food Safety and Standards Act, replaced earlier old law of food adulteration law, prevention of production law. It's only for that it has to know that how this product has started from raw material to the finished product, and that chain has to be told by the manufacturers or the traders to the FSSAI, and they have to find it out whether it has been followed or not. So if it is done, probably then I think all such instances would get tapering off. But unfortunately in this country...
But Mr. Jagare, if I can ask you this, I am looking at some statistics, and I agree with you. I wanted to have a larger conversation about the quality of the food products, that we are consuming on a daily basis, the amount of adulteration that may be happening. I am looking at some data from 2018-2019. 21,363 cases, criminal cases were filed for adulteration. 700 convictions were reported. Penalties were imposed in 12,700 cases. If even in the preceding year, before that, there were over 15,000 cases that were filed. Over 5,100 convictions were reported. Now, are these numbers still very small? Are we still failing somewhere? Where is the gap between what we should be doing and what is being done right now?
And we have raised a very valid question, but let me tell you on record that this is misleading the country and misleading the even media also. Like we are just throwing the numbers like these many FIRs, these many cases and these many convictions. No. Intention of the new law is that conviction happens after the event, that somebody has consumed the food and then somebody is getting punished. But by the time the damage has made, the new law intends that such things should not happen. And for that, there are clear provisions, and those provisions are not getting implemented. The bureaucracy is very complacent about this. In fact, they are following the old regime of like testing and then taking action and convictions, all that. That is not done. And therefore, the country should know that we need to have we should have lesser and lesser number of such convictions and FIRs, because there should not be any occasion. And for that, definite rules, regulations, and provisions of the law are there. We should enforce those laws so that such instances do not happen. And that was the clear-cut deviation from before 2006 and after 2006. Of course, this law came into in existence. It became operational in 2011. But after that, nobody has bothered about this thing. It is just the law is remaining in the book, and we are again following up the raids and the testing and the conviction and all that. I think unless and until we follow the route that is mentioned in the law, that such instances should not happen, and mentioned there clear cut. And secondly, and this is very important, is there any instance where any food safety commissioner or any authority or food safety authority, they have been penalized or they have been charged that they have not implemented it properly? No, it has not been done. So unless and until they are forced to implement this is going to go again and again. This is going to happen, and I don't think there would be any end to this.